So it's clear to me, for as long as I'm still working in this dump, um, I'm always gonna feel what I feel, right? And the fact that I've lost this many friends, and for Julio to say what he said, that everyone is fed up with me. I know we're still cool and all that, but based on that statement alone, he just basically clarified what I've said in April. About me being a failure of a friend, and just solely based off of how I lost this many friends, right? So look, I know that that all of us in the Nutballers, except Robbie, whom I haven't heard from in a long since that group text incident, that that we're all good, and we're over it now. We're over that second group text incident, right? So at least this one, like I said, it was not nearly to the extent that the first one was, right? But still, let's just be clear for the fact that I'm still in this dump. Point blank, period. I just hate being surrounded by such silence and just pure awkwardness that a lot of times other than all their constant BS, that I just really feel like I'm not in a workplace, in a normal workplace. And the fact that I notice like every time it's Monday, there's always like half the people out. And you see, like, with all these newbies that come in, I don't remember when I came in that I missed a day like the first 3 months. Because don't you have to like show up or something, unless something bad? I mean, unless it's a real a family emergency, or you're really sick. But I'm just noticing a trend that like with a lot of these newbies from like the past few, like going back to the past several newbies, including these recent ones, there's been like how many days already that they missed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have one who came in last year, and then she missed like already like several days. What's going on with this dump, and like how they treat their newbies? You know what I'm saying? Is it like, are we getting to that point? I don't remember Jeanette missing that many days, or just missing a day at all. I remember Jeanette came after me, and I just don't recall. But this is where this dump is at. It was just, once upon a time I was disciplined by Rico on how I should on how I manage just being a better employee, a better graphic designer as well, being in that dump. And now fast forward to this many years later, it's that entire place has already become undisciplined. It's just a lot of BS and a lot more micromanagement, a lot of laziness. Every time I pass by Carmen's office, like, if she's not there anymore, or she hasn't been there for like 3 weeks, then why do you gotta keep her lights on still? It's useless. It's just a waste of electricity. You keep it on, and then she's not even there. Keep it on till the end of the day. Well, for what? She's not even there. I mean, who knows what even happened to her? Nobody ever says anything to me. Nobody. Only Johnny tells me stuff. Nobody ever tells me anything. Nobody even ever told me about Tamara's passing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, I'm always asking so many people, like, well, how come this and that? And they're like, oh, I don't know. I think, like, nobody knows anything, dude. Nobody. It just baffles me that, like, you get all these people, and you're like, oh yeah, I don't know. It's always I don't know, this and that. The will call with no flyers. Like what kind of will call is that if you don't have any more flyers on the racks? And it's been that way for the past month. Like, what is going on? There's so many questions with this dump. It's why, aside from all the BS that I've had to deal with, especially with that stupid ass company president, you got all these other things that are just happening. That's why they want to stay for another bird season, because I mean, what could go worse than last year when we end up having to start the cubicle contest? At the end of the month, at the end of October. I'm at that point. Like, I'm about to reach my 13th year, and you're expecting me that my raise is going to be from 1775 to at least 2075? Oh, hell no. They're probably going to bump me up to probably just 1850 or something like that. When that should have already been like 20, at least, I should have already at least been like 2275 or so. Considering that I've been there for now 13 years, if I were to get a raise, like a dollar raise or so. But no, this is it's the worst time of the year where I'm like, or I'm just having to face like so much more BS, and that the service department gets to do whatever the hell they want. There's always this. They want to do all this stuff, and it's like it's very divisive. It's very divisive of a dump that is, And why is Armando the lead graphic designer? Why? How come he didn't tell me that? Like I'm told by the HR that, oh yeah, I'm the lead graphic designer, because not to lessen you, but just to watch. Like, it doesn't even feel that way for him. Let's just be honest. He does not act like, we hardly ever work together. You know what I'm saying? Even if we're in the same department, we hardly ever work together. Let's just be real about that. Rico was a true lead, but how is it for him? Like, it's just total BS. Like, nothing more than just annoying BS in that dump, and I already had to deal with more than enough to where I feel just completely angry myself. Now look, getting back to this topic here, as I go a little bit deeper with my solo plan, look, I'm still gonna go with it. Even if I'm cool with all these guys, like from the Nut Ballers, even Julio, shout out to Julio. I'm just hoping that, with his tough situation that he's going through, I'm praying that, he's able to, work things out with it, and, him and his wife Jenny, right? But, in regards to my solo plan, I still got to do it, man. I think I'm gonna make it clear that, as I said it in the past video, I'm gonna lay low. If I have to, I don't want to go as far as like blocking my entire circle like I did the last couple of days. Now, I'm pretty sure I didn't miss anything, because I know Russ likes to talk about sports, this and that. And I mean, that's all pretty much all he ever talks about. But I'm just saying, like, I don't see any point of me just continuing to just stay in my friend circle, knowing what I did just the past Friday. I told you, dude, like, I'm never gonna seek happiness and joy, and I'm talking about permanent happiness and joy, consistent happiness and joy, for as long as I'm in this dump. I'm sorry, man. I like walking at the park right close to it. My home park, Cerros Park East. But come on, man. I've already been here for too long. There's just no way in hell that I'm gonna seek permanent happiness, even with this mental help that I'm getting. It's not doing enough in terms of me still being in this dump and experiencing what I'm experiencing. It's like a killjoy of a company that, I remember even Johnny, like, one time when he had a celebratory moment over the weekend, and next thing you know, when he comes in like when he comes into that dump, it's like it killed his joy or something like that. Like, come on, dude. How do you think I feel? These people are nothing but a bunch of excuses, a bunch of laziness, disorganization. They're undisciplined themselves. That's why I don't give a damn if I come in late, dude. I mean, what's the point of me just coming in late? Whether I come in late or whether I come in early, it's the same old shit that happens. I'm at the point, dude. That's why, like, with my friend circle, I'm gonna have to distance myself. I'm gonna have to completely distance myself, dude. Okay? I don't want to talk to no one unless something huge happens that I gotta respond. Okay, fine. But guys like Russ, I'm not trying to disrespect guys like Russ. I know I've gotten pretty annoyed, and that's not his fault. It's my fault that I've gotten annoyed with what a lot of what he wants to talk about and all these other group chats and stuff like that. Like, if he wants to talk, cool. I'm pretty sure he's the only one that's just been like, participating like, as actively as I am. But a lot of people, sometimes he'll get somebody like Carlos or a boss to respond, and that's that, or Neil. And that's just that. You know what I'm saying? But for me, look, I'm gonna lay low in general, not just from all the group chats, but just in general from friends. It's I need to better myself. I need to continue to better myself. Oh my God, is that poor kitty? Like, is that like a man? The cat just perished on the street. It was just sitting there. But yeah, dude, like, I'm just saying, Lan. I'm just saying. I think I need to continue distancing myself from my friend circle, just knowing that if they're going to continue to see me like at my worst a whole lot, like Russ has and Julio and everyone else and the nut ballers, then it's best for me to just stay away. You know what I'm saying? I need to better myself in general, knowing that I could just, I could spend, like a few more months if I have to. I could spend the entire birth season if I have to just focus on myself, to just, to just fully engage in my therapy. So I know that, when that happens, right now, like with my outside life, my home life, I feel like I'm doing really well in terms of just increase awareness and helping around what needs to be done in the house and all that. But as far as everything else, dude, that's why I need to I just need to continue to stay away. So I'm gonna go with my solo plan. Now, I would hate to do this again. I really don't want to block my entire circle, but something tells me it might just happen again. Because I know I'm still gonna be in this dump where nothing's really changing. That's just how I see it. Okay, nothing's gonna change for the better in this dump. It's always gonna be the same, and it is as predicted, and it is what it is. I'm at that point. So if I have to, and look, I'm not putting social media in the equation on this, because it's clear to me I'm still not going back. As much as Lovely Mel wants to be back as well, it's and Mari, nobody else really cares if I'm out for so long or not. I mean, hell, I don't think Facebook is that active anymore. So who gives a damn? Who gives a damn about social media? I got my shoot around season to worry about. I'm trying to gain home court advantage on my birth season tournament in October. So it's whatever, dude. Fuck social media. I'm good with where I'm at. My shit around season gives me enough satisfaction with all these numbers, and that's that. So, all right. Anyways, I'm gone.